My name is Sarah Williams, and I'm the head baker and production manager at 7 Stars Bakery. Something that always attracted me to want to work at 7 Stars Bakery is that everything we do is from scratch every single day. So anything that you go into the store to buy, bread or pastry, we've made the night before. And we use local ingredients, we source clean ingredients and organic when possible. We've also over time started to mill our own whole grains in-house, which we use in some of our breads and pastries, which we really love as well. So there's many steps involved in producing a loaf of bread, specifically at 7 Stars or any artisan bakery. Our process starts 3 days before you have the loaf in your hand, which is the milling process. So we mill all of our whole grains in-house the day before we need them for the mix. So what we mill today, we bake with tomorrow. So we have 2 mixers each day, and they come in and mix all of the breads that we would produce for the next day. We have many different kinds of breads that we produce. Some of them are yeasted, which are baguettes, durum, and then all of the other breads and croissants that we produce are actually sourdough. Some of the breads go into a cold bulk, which is where they rise in a cold environment, and other breads stay out at room temperature, which then get passed on to the shapers. The 4th step in the process is the shaping process. So we have 2 to 3 shapers each day. They divide and hand shape every single loaf of bread. Each loaf of bread gets a pre-shape and a final shape before going into the proof box to rise for its final proof. Once the shapers have finished shaping the product, it'll go into a proof box. This is the final stage at which the bread rises, and it can take anywhere from 6 to 8 to 10 hours for this to happen. This also happens with our croissants, and most breads proof well at a warmer temperature, so at 75 to 80, they rise the best and get the best volume. Our final step in the process would be baking the bread. We have 1 to 2 bakers that come in each night, and their job is to take the bread that's been shaped and proofed and load it into the oven and make beautiful bread for the next morning. We have a piece of equipment called a loader, which all of the bread gets loaded onto. Once the bread goes onto the loader, the baker will take an instrument called a lame that has a double-edged blade at the end and score each loaf with a specific design on the top. So what makes 7 Star sandwiches so great is the bread that you're eating your sandwich on was baked just hours before. We also make all of our spreads in-house from scratch that we use for the sandwiches, and we try to source local and high-quality ingredients for all of the rest of the toppings. We also produce a few hundred each day, and we send them in a later delivery to the stores so it's as fresh as possible for lunch service. The way that we make a consistent high-quality product is that we take a lot of time to train our bakers, and we have an amazing group of bakers behind all of the products that we make. We run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's really important that our whole entire team works as a team and can communicate well, and that's something that we focus on daily. We also try to hold team meetings either at the beginning of the shift or during the shift to review products and talk about things that look really great that day or things that we could do better for tomorrow's bake. It all starts with our hiring and training practices and developing a well-formed team that really enjoys what they're doing. We as a company are focused on continual improvement, whether it be with our baked goods or customer service, to create the highest customer experience. All of the baking that you saw today happens in Pawtucket, but please come and visit us at any of our 3 locations, Hope Street and Broadway in Providence or Rumford in East Providence.